This video is brought to you by the following websites, and also these melons. And don't forget to like the video. Hey, what's going on guys, Darius here, and today I have a really quick tutorial about non-destructive manipulation. And if you're going to do long manipulations, if you know that you're going to put your time and effort into your manipulation, that you better use non-destructive manipulation, because that way you won't regret making changes to your layers that will completely destroy it. And you know, like, you want to change something but you can't because you didn't freaking save it and stuff. So how do we prevent that? Just gonna go into Photoshop really quick, and I set up a scene here with the rock and nice room background and stuff. And hey, let's say I want to erase rock's head, and the problem is this is a smart object, but I want to keep it as a smart object so I don't, you know, destroy the quality. Let's learn about smart objects first. What the hell do they do? So I'm gonna make two copies. I'm gonna have the smart object here and a rasterized one right here, and I'm going to make the rock, this one, rasterized. There we go. Now this is the smart object. I'm gonna label it with green, and I'm going to label with red the rasterized object. So what happens if we resize the rock render? Let's just make it really small, mini rock, and we put it there like that. And what happens if we resize the rasterized layer? And we're just gonna make it like the same size and press enter. So now we have two small rocks on the floor, and let's see what happens when we try to make them big again. We're gonna start with the smart object. Press Ctrl T, resize it, and let's see. Well, nothing happens. It's the same. I mean, it's bigger. What happens if we resize the rasterized render? Yeah, let's see. There we go. There it is. There is your destructive manipulation. Don't do it, kids. Don't try this at home. Always use smart objects if you can. So usually you would be able to erase his head only with the eraser if he's rasterized, like this. Okay, nothing to it. But I want to keep this render full. I want to have it backed up in case something happens. So how do we modify the smart object? How do we remove his head? Simple. You go to your masks here. Down here you have a set of tools that will tremendously help you. So what is this? Add layer mask, and it's going to add this white square when you click this thing down here. And what is this white square? Well, check out what happens when I go with the brush tool and with the black selected over his head and just click once. See? It removes his head, and it's still a smart object. This is awesome. Photoshop is awesome. What happens if I get white and I just brush over? It appears back, and you don't even have to rasterize it. So if you're doing some destructive manipulation, you wouldn't be able to get the head back if you're too far. If you have, you know, like, you can't undo, obviously, but if you're too far, then not good. So make sure you to always have masks on your renders and smart objects, so you can easily modify them with the masks and with the resize and stuff like that. Anyway, let's move onward. So other things that can be applied destructively are the effects. So if you're like a new Photoshop user, you're going to probably have a rasterized layer, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. So you're gonna go to Image, Adjustments, and let's say, for example, you want to change the hue and saturation. So you go there and you change the saturation. You make him a bit more dark and blackish. Made him a bit more dark, and change the hue to, I don't know, green, and then okay. Look what happens. It added this effect directly to the render. which is not what we want because we want to have the original too. And instead of making a backup copy, we just use something much easier. We go here where there's this small circle, black and white. You click there, and then you have all these effects that will be turned into layers. How cool is that? You're going to, for example, add some hue and saturation, the same thing we did back then, but look at it, it's on a layer now. So let's say we turn down the saturation, we turn down the lightness, and we make this guy green. But as you can see, it applies to everything in the picture. That's not what we want. We want to apply it only to the rock. So you click on the adjustment layer, right click, and then select create clipping mask. And every effect that you add as a clipping mask to the rock, it's going to apply, which is fantastic. And look at it. We have the effect here. We undo it. Have it, undo it, have it, undo it, penis, what? So, this is non-destructive manipulation. This is awesome. Smart objects, masks, adjustment layers. You all have them here in this panel. You can use them so you don't ever mess up. Photoshop is a powerful tool, so make sure to use it properly. Hope you enjoyed this quick tip. I will be seeing you guys in a bit. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading recently, you know, like photo manipulation tutorials with gods coming out of some fucking, I don't know. But I'm working on stuff, and I have a lot of projects. I have a lot of work, and yeah, you know, life's catching up and stuff, and it's kind of hard. That's what she said. So, see you guys in a bit.